Hello everybody, welcome to this commentary of the F10 League match. It's Poetje versus Clawmac Attack. Poetje is currently doing well in their previous match. They've won 5-1 and Clawmac Attack is 2-2, so not quite finished with a match yet, but it is the second match for both of them. I'm being joined by Naesala for commentary. Hello. Alright, so what's on this board? There's some trashing with Junk Dealer, Stonemason, Altar, so you could probably get thin. There's actions with University, Hunting Lodge, Gains, University, Tragic Heroes gives buy, and Ghost and Conclave also give action, so you could probably build a whole bunch. There's also Bandit Fort for so you probably don't want a lot of money, or you get some money and then probably trash it later with Stonemason or something. There's also March for converting buys into action. So what would you open here? Yes. There's also some draw to X thing you can do with Hunting Lodge. There's like Conclave for Payload, University, and probably also Stonemason for gains, and then draw back to 5 with Hunting Lodges, but that might be just slower than the other thing you can be doing, like the other engine. So let's see what they opened. Both of them opened Silver Potion. I guess a 3 doesn't really do anything better. I might actually, I think I would open Potion Raise to get rid of estates. I think I want to get, like, getting things nice. Also, I neglected to mention Raise in the opening, but. Ooh, that's right. That is an upside of getting the silver over the Raise. And yeah, multiple universities is excellent, I think, because you just want to get a lot of 5s, I think. So that certainly helps in that regard. The silver also gives you minus points with Bandit Fort, which probably won't matter that much because you're going to trash it before then. But I just want, like, you don't want to hit high price points, I don't think. You just want to buy University as many times as possible and use that gain expensive cards and just, like, trash the rest of your starting cards. So I don't think I like silver in the opening. Yeah. Yep. I agree. So after the opening, yeah, so Poetje indeed gained, well, they gained 2 raises with their Stonemason. So actually, Clawmac Attack, she doesn't have any raises yet. So no, I guess they do have Junk Dealers for thinning, but Poetje should be quite a bit more thin than Clawmac Attack is. So yeah, Clawmac Attack did gain 2 universities, so they're ahead in the gaining department. They might offset the trashing advantage Poetje has by getting more Junk Dealers and playing them sooner. Poetje did buy a Junk Dealer on turn 4 though. So actually Poetje didn't find their potion in their second shuffle, it missed. Yeah. Yeah. I think this board, given Stonemason, is fairly likely to end in a 3 pile, especially with these universities gaining a whole bunch of 5 costs. Like I can easily see maybe like Stonemason raise and a 5 cost pile being gone, and then you don't need provinces as much, I don't think. Especially if they're piling university, which I would probably like just get all the universities I can get my hands on at this board, especially given Hunting Lodge. Having the draw to X is, seems pretty powerful. Yeah, or maybe even, so does Stonemason gain point cards? Yeah, but only on Stonemason play, not if you buy it. Buying it only gains action cards, but does gain a lot of action cards. So what do you think about Poetje trashing their Stonemason there? I might have liked trashing copper and then using a Stonemason to turn silver into. I guess you don't really need more raises, so no, never mind. Buying. So they got 2 conclaves. So I actually missed who got the Hunting Lodge, because I don't think I like conclave without having Hunting Lodge already. Right, so Clawmac Attack has the Hunting Lodge, and Poetje gained their first one just now. Yeah, I agree. So given that they had 6, they could have also bought an altar. An altar does gain duchies, does it not? It does. So I don't think, like, I like Conclave as action-based payload for after you have a bunch of hunting lodges for the draw to X thing. But I don't like it yet. So here you can gain a 5 cost and 2 additional universities with Conclave by Stonemason by 2 universities. And you just don't play Stonemason, I reckon. They are playing fairly quickly, so I haven't been able to keep up with with all the plays. Like, while we were still analyzing the board, they were already at turn like 6. Oh, so they trashed the potion. They're not interested in any more universities, which I think I would still want more universities and have the hunting lodge draw to X deck. Just have a bunch of universities, a bunch of hunting lodges, play your universities, play hunting lodge, draw 5 cards. Like you can just gain and play the things you gain with university, which seems very powerful. Yeah. So like this hand's excellent. If you can like if your top card's a junk card for Poetje, you can university junk dealer, stonemason trash 2 things, hunting lodge, draw back up to 5. Seems great. So Clawmac Attack is yes. Don't trash your potion. Just trash silver into like 2 raises, then buy 2 universities. I would. Oh, no, they're also not interested in more universities. So no universities will be gained until someone decides to buy a potion again, or stonemason something into a potion. Yeah. I also don't love these ghost towns because, like, you have plenty of villages already. You're not constrained on terminal space. I don't think neither of the decks are, and it's kind of anti-synergy with hunting lodge. The ghost towns. Like you increase your starting hand size. It's like, I mean, if your deck consists of universities and stonemasons and stuff, you can just like having an increased hand size to play all those into your hunting lodge is like pretty good, but like I think doesn't really increase the amount of things you can do in your turn, as opposed to like gaining stuff that gain stuff and hunting lodges, or maybe some more thinning even. So how much have they thinned actually? But then you can get a potion to buy more universities. That's actually great. So yeah, 5 states and 6 coppers have been trashed. I haven't kept up with who trashed more, but I can't imagine it's not Poetje who is thinner. Given there are 2 races soon, I'm assuming they both have 2 junk leaders. Yeah. You can buy lots of stuff. More conclaves. Yeah, I still don't like conclave here, not until you have like even more hunting lodges. I could rather get 2 more hunting lodges than 2 more conclaves there, I think. Since they didn't draw a deck yet. Yeah. Yeah, so Clawmac Attack has a pretty good turn here. Can gain a bunch of stuff, then play Tragic Hero. I'll probably play Tragic Hero first before playing the last university, because it just gives you more information about what you might want to do with this turn. So you can summon some gold here into some more stuff. You have to kind of watch out for piles here. This might even already be pile out. No, that's probably not enough money. Let's go for province. I don't think you need province yet. I think I would rather just build some more, like stomach my gold into probably just 2 hunting lodges, or maybe a hunting lodge of Tragic Hero. Because you can easily score 6 points by just trashing gold and silver rather than adding another stop card to your deck. I'll probably not play the raise here. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably just university, and hunting lodge, and a conclave, and stonemason, 2 hunting lodges, stonemason. That costs 7 plus 11, plus 4 is 11, plus 2 for the last stonemason. So if you just trash your silver, I guess you can trash your silver into the last stonemason. Because Poetje, I think Poetje still has silver. Oh no, they trashed it. They got 0 point cards in hand, point cards in deck, and also 0 silver or gold. But you can just trash like a conclave into stonemason and an estate. And then you need 11 coins. So university, yeah. Like, do you go for it here? Like, you can gain a conclave, but probably just, yeah. I mean, you've got 1 more university in your deck, I think. Yeah, there it is. And also, yeah, these ghost towns do get in the way of your hunting lodge turns. Probably discard here. Get the hunting lodge into your discard pile for the next shuffle. Yeah, so you should probably either win this turn or get a bunch of points. It's not going to be easy to get a lot of points because Clawmac can still just like trash her gold and silver. to just gain 6 points out of thin air. So what happens? What happens if you stonemason conclave, gain 2 stonemasons? I think it's enough. You stonemason conclave into 2 stonemasons. I guess you just you can buy. You play the other stone. You play the other conclave. It's 10 coins. Oh no, you're short to buy. You should you had in my line. You had to stonemason, buy conclave, and then buy estate. Yeah. I think you just take Hunting Lodge, stonemason and conclave into stonemasons, and then there was another stonemason in those 5 cards, but they've been discarded. I think you just have to go for it here because I think if you give your opponent another turn, they're likely to win. Oh, this is alright. Never mind. So this, Tragic Hero for the buy is great. Yeah, just stonemason Hunting Lodge. Yeah, this is way over. It is. Yep. Yeah. Just buy whatever. Yep. I mean, they could have gained another raise. Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, I think they could have built some more, maybe ended it sooner. But yeah, it works. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just execution on a couple points. I think Poetje had the advantage, of course, being player 1, but the additional thinning from the raiders as well, even though his he Poetje missed shuffle in shuffle 2, that again didn't gain universities, and Clawmac Attack did gain 2 universities in the second shuffle. Wasn't able to capitalize on that advantage. Right, so what do we have here? There's some amount of trashing again with church. That's the only trashing, it seems, like not counting Old Witch trashing Yunkers. There is no plus action, so there's only cantrips, so you can only play with 1 single terminal every turn. There's demand for horse. Yeah, this seems a whole lot of money-ish. Probably get a couple of Old Witches, maybe 1 or 2 to junk your opponent. Get some churches at the start. You could get a market square or 2. I agree. Yeah. Well, I agree. I did miss the Necropolis, so you can play with 2 terminal actions each turn. That's double what I thought it was. I would probably open Church Silver, just try to get the Old Witch. Yeah, so you just, Envoy is just kind of a bad silver. Well, it did does make you trigger the shuffle sooner, but your Church missed. I don't know, yeah, she should discard a copper. No, because she ended up having 6 either way, but yeah. So Poetje followed on Envoy. Yeah, I want my terminals to be Old Witch, and then just get 1 or 2, probably 1 church and a bunch of market squares, maybe, to get golds, and just get money, buy provinces. I don't think Envoy enters the picture for me. With 4 coins for Poetje, I would probably get a silver over Market Square at this point because I want to hit 5 more often before getting the Market Square stuff online. Yeah, the thinning is good. I'd say this time they did discard copper correctly. And it did matter this turn, because now Clawmac didn't hit 5. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Not making the same mistake again, indeed. Alright, so now you do probably have to discard Church, because Poetje has an additional action from their Necropolis. But they discard copper. They might have missed that Necropolis was played. That does mean that Poetje doesn't hit 5 this turn, but it definitely will next turn, given they're probably going to set aside a copper next turn. I think those 3 remaining cards are Copper Church, perhaps? I haven't been paying too much attention, but yeah, I think they were. Alright, here comes the first curse. Oh, okay. I missed that. Yeah, because I think Poetje did track Clawmac Attack's deck and knew that they were going to draw the Witch this turn, so it's a heads up play. In that case, they probably should, yeah. Given that they were buying Guardian, they probably should have set aside Overgrown Estate, copper, to have 1 additional copper in this turn instead of the hovel. I guess, yeah, it doesn't really matter because you set aside the hovel this turn anyway, but... Alright, see. I might set aside... Don't know, actually. Whether you set aside everything, or... Whether you try to hit 5 this turn. Yes, indeed. Because, yeah, especially with this many actions in deck. And also buying the Guardian. So they might be planning on just trying to hit Guardian every turn, but I think for that you need to be thinner than they currently are. Yeah, but if your deck's thin enough where you can reliably find Necropolis, then Envoy don't need to draw from Envoy. I would rather just have Old Witch in that spot. It's an interesting spot for Clawmac, because they can either, like, I think they can trash estate, gain the gold first before drawing a card of Overgrown Estate. You can choose the order between Market Square and Overgrown Estate, can't you? Although they do have 5, so they could also just trash Hovel and not draw a card, and buy an Old Witch to add to the shuffle. I think I like that better, and just keep the card draw from Overgrown Estate for another day. Because they already hit 5, like, there's not much more you... I guess this way the coppers and Hovel miss the shuffle, which is good. But then, like, the Old Witch you're buying also misses shuffle, but you do already have an Old Witch in the other 6 cards, or 7 cards. So Old Witch is bottom decked, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think I'd rather just get Old Witch, Like drawing cards is better than getting 2 coins, and cursing your opponent is better than gesture gains, I think. Because if you reveal a terminal off of gesture, like, do you even want it? So I think gesture might be fine, like if curses have ran already, but at that point it's probably late enough in the game where you already have a bunch of gold from marked squares and should buy points. Yeah, I think I like just getting 2 or 3 old witches as all my 5s, then like only like have 2 churches in the deck, get a bunch of marked squares to gain golds, thin a bunch with churches, and just have a deck of like 2 old witches, cantrips with market square, golds, and just buy province every turn. So they already bought a province on this turn, which I also don't really like. I think I'd rather just get a second old witch. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. I could see just like setting aside both these well, you're drawing 3 cards, probably not. You can church set aside nothing, maybe? Just play Old Witch. Try hit 5 for another Old Witch, or maybe some market squares. Yeah, I don't. I think I don't like setting aside 1 copper. I either set aside 2 and like be fine with your turn not doing anything, or you set aside nothing and try to hit a price point. I don't like splitting the difference. So like you need to hit 2 coins to be able to buy market square, which I think would be the buy you would like to have, or old witch. That's they gestured, but Poetje has a guardian, so it doesn't accomplish much. For what it's worth, Envoy does help you find your guardian, but yeah, so they can just discard guardian here probably. Yeah, I guess Clawmac Attack didn't have any attacks, so discarding guardian doesn't really accomplish much. So then the question is, like, discounting the guardian protection effect, would you rather deny them a coin this turn or a coin next turn? And have an additional card miss shuffle with guardian. So they demanded market square. Yeah, that seems correct. Maybe second old witch before market square, I'm not sure. I think if you're just junking your opponent a whole bunch, you create plenty of time for yourself to actually get around to winning the game. Well, Poetje has two of the guardians himself, while Clawmac only has 1. And if me buying Old Witch makes my opponent buy a guardian, I think that's a good trade. So yeah, Poetje now has 3 guardians, which I don't know. Yeah, you could set aside 2 coppers and gain market square. Or I could set no coppers and buy Old Witch. Not sure which of those I prefer. I demand. I think I prefer setting aside 2 coppers over gaining a horse. Although you do top deck the horse and the market square. But now you have to trash one of these cards with your church because you didn't side copper. I think if they tracked their deck, they could have known that there were 2 marked squares in there. So then you set aside 2 copper, trash 1, discard 2 marked squares, gain 2 gold, and then play your envoy. So now you kind of have to, I guess, trashing your envoy. Yeah. I was thinking about it. I think it's pretty good. So they chose not to trash and not gain gold. It does mean you get like an envoy play with Necropolis and a bunch of buys, which is good, but yeah, I'm not sure whether this was optimal. It does have them. It's a pretty good turn, 9 coins still though. Like you need to get rid of these coppers. You need to get thin here, I think. Like this turn, like if you're drawing other cards instead of those coppers, these kinds of turns can be even better. I don't like province. Just want to build some more still. That's true. Yeah. Probably envoy first, yeah, and then like make opponents choose something while still have an action available. Probably discard a copper here. You don't mind them having 2 guardians, I think. Although I guess if you give them guardian, they can set aside 1 with church. Although you don't know they have church yet. So definitely set aside province to have a missed shuffle, and then not sure about those coppers. I think I want to set aside at least 1 junk card, maybe. Yeah, if Poetje would track their deck, they probably know better than I do in this spot what they should, how many they should set aside. Right, so here they can just trash their copper, gain 2 gold, then play Old Witch for Poetje. How about Clawmac? Clawmac. Yeah, I think I like playing Jester over Old Witch there because then the gold don't miss a shuffle, and the Guardian doesn't miss a shuffle. I don't know, maybe triggering that shuffle isn't so bad because you also make Province miss a shuffle. I don't know. Yeah, it's just purely like, do you play your Old Witch there or no? Your opponent has Guardian, so the attack doesn't do anything. Then the question is, do you want to trigger the shuffle there? I'm not sure. Yep. Yeah, probably adding gold, Old Witch, Province, Copper, Gesture to your shuffle increases the average power of your hand. Demanding it on the market square. I'm not sure about demanding market square when you don't have a church played already that turn, because you're not making use of the market square reaction, just a cantrip with a buy. I think you already have enough market squares where that doesn't really matter. I'd rather just take another Old Witch, I think, for 5. Yeah, she's got way more money, like way more economy. Even though she probably trashed less cards than Poetje. I'm not sure about that even, but... Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, I forgot to update my on-screen score. Can't seem to remember who won the previous games. It was Poetje, right? Yeah, first player. So Poetje is 1-0. The flip side of that is that Clawmac only has a single Guardian in her deck, and she played the Guardian that turn. So if you seize there, then next turn you probably don't have Guardian, and you open yourself up to being attacked. Well, if you seize the day on a turn and you don't have Guardian, you might draw into the Guardian. Not sure. So I think I like delaying. Although I'm pretty inexperienced with seize the day, so I usually myself try to use it to like keep it open and threaten the double province, so my opponents can't take the anti-penultimate province safely. But like, I'm not sure whether that's optimal use of seize the day or whether you just want to like use it early to get ahead, stay ahead. So a difficult event to optimize, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So that was an interesting decision on Poetje last turn. Like they bought 8 and they had 2 Guardians in hand and could decide whether to play 1 or 2. They ended up playing 2, which I think I agree with. Yeah, it's not trivial. I don't think like you might want to have the Guardian still in the deck. Like if they trigger the shuffle with this old witch now, the Guardian will miss a shuffle, but maybe that doesn't matter that much at this point in the game. Like getting attacked. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm inclined to agree. So you definitely side aside church. I mean, you definitely set aside province with church. Mm-hmm. So if you know what your last card is, you could set aside maybe some money, like maybe a copper as well. If you know the last card is copper, because then you'll hit 8 regardless. If you don't, then it's a bit risky. So Clawmac has already seized, while Poetje hasn't. This next turn for Poetje it seems pretty bad though. Seems like a bit of a dud. Oh, the put aside the old witch. Oh, okay, that's actually probably better than what I was thinking. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good play. Because you already had 8 here, so. So yeah, Clawmac's missing 8 by a sliver, so you probably have to just buy Duchy here. You got. The awkward thing is if you set aside gold, you can't anymore. You should definitely set aside province here, right? No, I guess it doesn't really matter. It might matter if you set aside province, then hit a second church next turn, and draw a bunch so that you can make the province miss a shuffle. But I don't. Yeah, but you also like your deck is pretty large. Who got the second envoy? A turn or two ago. It was Clawmac, so Clawmac actually does have an additional terminal. So yeah, I don't like the Duchess, especially with envoy, because like second envoy, you're just gonna hit more actions in your envoys, which you can't play. So you can set aside a bunch of stuff, buy seeds a day. Probably not double provincing, but I don't think you can trash and do market square stuff here. I think you just have to go for the province and just hope your opponent won't hit 8. I don't think you can. You could maybe just try and Dutchy dance. Because I've got 12 now. So if you trigger this shuffle with envoy, like to try to hit 13 for province duchy, I don't mind it. Yeah. Like I think the question is, do you set aside envoy and buy double duchy, or do you set aside nothing, play envoy to like province duchy? That side for the double duchy line. Maybe, yeah. And Guardian there. Wait, they didn't buy Guardian for the last buy? Ooh. That might come back to bite them. Like they had, I'm pretty sure they had 2 coins in the buy left. And Clawmac Attack is likely to play this Old Witch this turn, so you get cursed, which, like the curse getting away doesn't really matter, doesn't matter as much anymore, but like the point is actually quite relevant. So yeah, slight misstep by Poetje there. Assuming I'm not just blind. Yeah, I don't like the problem. Like your opponent sets aside 3 cards with Church last turn. Like they're gonna have a pretty big turn, so I don't think you can afford to take province. I think you should probably just take a Guardian here to have 1 more coin next turn. Like you're gonna miss a shuffle anyway, and then like you're not gonna draw it anything you buy anytime soon, so might as well be Guardian or a State. No, a State hits the shuffle, so I don't like a State. I don't think 1 point's that relevant because you're already up a point in the modulo 3 sense. So a State doesn't change that. I guess a State change that if your opponent tries that curse, but you just now gave them the curse and they have to get through their entire deck before they can get close to being able to trash the Church. Alright, so just discard Guardian here and have this envoy be a total blank. Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly why we didn't like the envoy, right? Just like... Yep. A triple Guardian. So Clawmac is, yeah. Clawmac's turn is pretty weak as well. Like this is also why I thought you could build a whole bunch more before getting provinces, because if you just get thin, like if your deck consists purely of 2 Old Witches, a bunch of market squares, and a bunch of golds, and like you've trashed the rest of Church, maybe some amount of Guardian even. They can just like pretty reliably buy province, maybe even like get up to double province if you line up like Necropolis Old Witches. Yeah. Well, all right. So province duchy defends against single province. because he'll be at 32 and single province for Clawmac only gets him to 31, so that seems pretty safe. So yeah. right is to shade that. And Poetje also even has the 8 in hand. So I think Clawmac, given that they don't know Poetje's hands, should probably just try to hit Duchy this turn and then hope Poetje has a dud. And just buy Duchy. Like give them the curse by Duchy. Oh, actually. Oh, they're just 1 coin short. Oh, they could take a tie, but it would be losing tie anyway, so never mind. So yeah, this is another win for Poetje. I do think Poetje played slightly better. Like they got behind in mid game, but they did. I didn't like the early church. Like they trashed some more, I think, than Clawmac did. Let's look at their decks. Yeah, Poetje had only 3 coppers while Clawmac still had 7. That's a big... Yeah. Like just having 4 fewer junk cards in your deck makes such a big difference in these kind of games. Where you have, yeah, not a lot of draw. Anyway, let's look at this board. There's page for champion, so there's action and draw within, it's contained within that. There is Margrave for draw, Border Village for actions, Groom's gift gains, Margrave's buy, here can gain gold, I guess. Plaza for actions as well, Gold Lord for develop for trashing. So the only trashing is develop, it seems. There's also a whole bunch of draw in Way of the Scroll. Yes. Yeah, it's really slow, but like at some point you can just like develop a 5 cost into a border village, another 5 and a 4, which is pretty good. So yeah, I like to develop. Probably want to open Groom. Maybe Page actually. Yeah, I think I like that. Because like develop estate isn't really that great either, because like you just have to develop it into another develop or a silver. It's pretty bad trashing actually. I think you do need to trash at some point. Although you might be able to at some point just like have enough action cards in your deck to be able to scroll for draw through all your starting cards. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and yep, especially if you can like get a bunch of groundskeepers. Like at some point you can just get a bunch of develops with Groom and then play those develops like to develop your 5 costs into border village and stuff. You can even like develop border village into just a single 5 at some point if you need to. Like develop a 4 cost which you gain off of Groom, or having developed a 5 cost to like gain another develop and a 4 or 5 cost. There's a bunch of stuff you can do with develop here, but I don't like not opening page as Poetje did here. Yep. Like it does like allow you to build up coffers to be able to buy Border Village, but I think that's just worse than, like, I think other things you can buy over Plaza, like, accelerate you more towards that stage of the game, like Groom. Groom is a pretty good card. It's also Groom just single-handedly triggers Labyrinth, which I hadn't considered yet. Like, I haven't mentioned Labyrinth once, but I think in the grand scheme of things, this game, Labyrinth points are probably going to be pretty inconsequential. Like, you're going to score a lot of points with Groundskeeper, so. Yeah. I think I want another Groom here, maybe Page even. I guess you can get Page next turn. I think I like taking Groom here and then. Oh, Potion, don't like that. I don't think Scrying Pool is good because you still have 10 starter cards. Like, the trashing is just so slow as to where, like, Scrying Pool will not draw a lot of cards. And it does involve adding a Potion to your deck, which is not a good card in this kingdom. Yeah, I agree. You can develop the silver into Page plus a 4, which is nice, but yeah, not really where you want to be. Yeah. I think it's pretty important. Sorry, go ahead. Yep, and also it's probably one of those boards where you want to not play your treasure hunter sometimes. Just like delay the champion / warrior part. Because you just don't want 2 silvers. Like 1 silver is probably fine. Like, I really don't want to play treasure hunter after my opponent developed something. I don't want 3 or 4 silvers on my deck. Oh, that's right. That's like way better. Right, so probably Page here, I think. Just want a bunch of warriors probably at some point. Yeah, that does mean you spending your coffer. I'm not sure whether that's worth it, given Border Village on board. I might just develop this potion into develop Margrave. Like, they bought the potion, so they're probably not gonna, but because they're eyeing that Scrying Pool. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, so here definitely scrolling this treasure hunter for Poetje. Clawmac just short of hitting 6, but probably take Margrave. Yeah, it's a good hand for Clawmac actually. A very good hand with warrior and page. You can play Page first and then double attack with warrior. Hey, for Poetje, yeah, just scroll this. Don't take 2 silvers, thank you. Probably a Groom, because like Poetje doesn't have a Groom yet, so I like Clawmac Attack's deck better because they have Groom, they have warrior already. I'm not sure who the person with the Border Village is. I kind of missed that one. Let's see. Oh yeah, turn 5 even. Oh wow, that's pretty quick. I guess they did have 2 silvers in deck. So yeah, double attack here. Charging Potion, alright. I actually don't think that's good. yeah. I was about to say. Yeah, and then you only have single buy here, and I think I just still like Border Village over Scrying Pool. Probably just get another Margrave. think I want to attack, like try to get my deck in a spot where I can attack every turn up until my opponent gets champion, of course, and then starting groundskeepers and maybe some more develops. This hand for Poetje is also nice though. Border village into Margrave. You have to tranquil here first. Hopefully hit a plaza. And I'll probably play warrior over groom. Oh, that, yeah. Very nice to hit that plaza. You could... Yeah, I think... Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't have the action space. So I think I like playing warrior first. And they're not playing this warrior. Oh, they get in the state. Oh. They do have a second buy. And this way they get another warrior attack in, given that they play the page. I kind of like this line, but I don't think it's better. Like, I think they definitely should have left the plus on top for their opponent. Like, this way it does get another potion, which I don't like. I do like getting rid of the silver, though, with develop. But then this way they also gain in the state, which is quite bad. Yeah, I don't think this is worth it. Yeah. I could have gotten another plaza to also play the other. Yeah. With their... Yeah, with develop. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think I would rather take a develop here over plaza for Clawmac. I think I would try to like get into the develop 5 costs into border villages or vice versa state of the game. So you play border village Margrave first before plazing because then you have more information. Can you do something here? I mean, you can also, like, Groom only draws if you take a state and then really don't want the state. I think you just develop potion into develop Margrave, probably. Yeah, no, I don't like this. I mean, this does get you a champion, but I think that's not what you really need right now. You need to get thinner. I like guiding horses with Groom because you can play them as waste squirrel. Don't need developing this potion. Oh. Take develop. Don't take silver. I mean, they do have enough money for scrying pool border village, which is nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think they both undervalued trashing in these last couple of games. Yeah, probably have to alter this treasure hunter, given that the opponent's probably gonna hero and develop. They're gonna gain 4 cards, and you definitely don't want 4 silvers. And I think playing the treasure hunter, like, I think gaining a warrior is better than developing a state into develop. I guess it'll only be 2 silvers, but that's still pretty bad. Mm-hmm. Yep. No. You still gain the action of a champion if you squirrel something, right? No. Yeah, I think one of the takeaways here is silver is not a good card. Like you sometimes want to open it because like you want to hit 5, and it's pretty good at doing that. But then if you're building an engine, it just gets in the way. Definitely should have played one Margrave first before the second Plaza, I think, because now the copy you discarded gets back into the shuffle. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. So yeah, I guess Margrave does like mess up your squirrel turns pretty much, but like as soon as you get champion, that's a non-factor. Speaking of. Yeah, probably discard Scrying Pool here, just play champion, play Margrave, do some stuff. I think as Clawmac I like developing something and then squirreling the Treasure Hunter. Although, yeah, squirreling, I'm not sure. Yeah, because like your opponents played their Treasure Hunter last turn, so they got like 3 cards, so definitely you still don't want 3 silver. Yeah, opponent got 2 silvers and a page, so 3 cards, yeah. Like the squirrel, then probably just Scrying Pool Border Village for her as well. Should use coffer before. Well, it's another action for squirreling. Just basically just adding a free laboratory to a deck, which seems pretty good for a single coffer. Alright, so they're getting started on groundskeepers. I think I want to get deck control first and just like before adding groundskeepers. Because like you're not in danger of losing the split anytime soon. So you can develop. Actually, I like developing potion into a 3 and 5 first, and then Scrying Pool, draw both. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, because develop top decks, you usually want to play that before playing your draw cards. Like maybe, like they're probably not looking at developing potion because they want to keep the potion because Scrying Pool is a good card, but like getting a Margrave is higher value here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's also fine. Yeah, that's also true. Like Room is pretty good here because like gaining actions isn't terminal anymore. Now we've spent too many of the draw to be able to do it all. I think they got pretty lucky that Scrying Pool still drew them 3 cards, but like if they had taken the other line, it would have drawn 5 cards, which is more than 3, believe it or not. And another develop. So I can just set up the next turn. So they could probably do some stuff with like top decking develop Margrave and some other stuff, and then next turn developing their Margrave into Border Village and the other thing, and then drawing that, and then doing a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, in their spot, I don't. Yeah, just at least tries to develop. Tries the estate into develop rather than silver. And trash and copper is nice. Yeah, it's thinning, but like thinning is like thinning copper is not that much better than thinning silver, and you're missing out on like a 4 cost. And, like the page is just a squirrel as well. So does Clawmac know what the last card is? It's a silver. If they knew it was silver, probably try to scroll the page. I probably just Border Village develop here. Maybe I do like getting some more grooms, because now that you have champion, like every single action card in your deck is just a laboratory with bait scroll. So like having room to gain a bunch of action cards seems pretty good. That way you don't really need the thinning anymore, and you can just like gain and play a whole bunch of stuff that develops in your turn. Like I'm not sure that there might even be a loop of some sort. Like if you draw a deck, you can just gain and play. Like, let's see if you. Yeah, that's true. There's also like developing Margrave into Border Village develop Plaza. Does that work? Like developing into Border Village Plaza and then, well, yeah, you got 2 draw. And you gain 3 cards. I guess it doesn't loop per se. Like it doesn't. But if you have a bunch of actions left, then you can probably just like 3 pile quite easily with develops. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Like again, Clawmac's also playing their draw before they develop. And like if you just like play develop first, you develop like silver into group page, and then you can just draw those. And like even Plaza page. Because it doesn't really accomplish that much, but I don't think trashing copper has any sort of priority here over just like gaining action cards with wave score on board. Dutchy wouldn't like that. Yeah, but then just buy 5 cost and develop that one. Yeah. No way. Like, there's gonna be a turn where probably someone sees develop stuff, maybe sees pile out and just piles and gains a bunch of points in progress, and then that's that. But like this, like here, we can just develop some stuff. I'll probably develop Plaza into develop something else, like get a whole bunch of develops, develop some 5 costs. Like you can develop Plaza into develop and a 5 cost and draw those. Develop a 5 cost into Border Village 5 cost and something, just do a whole bunch of stuff. But they're not doing that, it seems. Ooh, maybe. Nope. Just developing the states. Drawing those. They do have a lot of money here, but like there's you can also pile grooms here, which I think maybe there's a pile out even. What happens if you groom all the pile? Then groom estates, buy all the estates. No, you don't have a third pile. I think, how much money is this? 12, 17, 20, 21 with the 21 with the coffers. Oh no, you're 5 short because you're. No, I think there was a win this turn. Like you can, if you pile Margraves, if you develop something into Margrave, and you auto pile grooms and just buy all estates. I guess you miss your short points in that case actually, because opponent has a pretty sizable points lead. Well, pretty sizable is relative, of course, but. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm pretty confident there was a win there. But alas, it was not seen, so. Because you can even like use the last groom of the auto pile to like gain an estate, or maybe gain and develop, draw that, develop something into like develop silver into a state, something else. Yeah. I don't think we've explained the groom auto pile, so I'll do that right now. If you have 2 draw in hand, you can use groom to gain a groom, which puts a groom and a horse in your discard pile. Then you draw 2, and then you've got groom horse in your hand. You groom, gain horse, groom in your discard pile, play a horse, draw groom horse, and like the situation is the same except you have a groom in play and a groom viewer in the kingdom. And you just do that until the grooms are empty, and you end up with a groom and a horse in your hand and the rest of the grooms in play. So what does Clawmac Attack have here? I think they have it. Yeah, they still have a develop here. I think Clawmac Attack should be able to pile here. Maybe not trivially, but pretty easily. They have 5 buys currently, so you can just like they have develop. Yeah, still have 2 develop, so you can just like develop. Probably in Margraves for buys, or maybe even groundskeepers. Yeah, because they have 2 groundskeepers, 2 develops on top now. Yeah, there's I think there's all the roads lead to Rome here. There's a whole bunch of ways you can pile out, and they're all, yeah. Doesn't really matter which one you take. You can just pile Groundskeeper Margrave develops. Or like there's a groom out to pile still. I can just take 1 point or whatever. I think they're taking a pretty roundabout way, but it'll get there nonetheless, I assume. Oh, they're getting estates. It's not going for the groom auto pile. Depending on how long Poetje takes on the toilet, they might come back to a defeat screen. I do have only, yeah, I can just like 5 buys. Yeah, I think you're right. It's just pile Margaret develop. Yeah, they're going for more points rather than just winning the game outright, it seems. Let's see, I got 6 plus 8 is 14 plus 3 is 17, 19 coins. Yeah, I just have way more than enough. Alright, so it's going to be 2-1 with Poetje in the lead. This was a player 2 win for Clawmac Attack though, so that's pretty nice if they're on the play next game as well. Alright, they've seen it. So triple state was, or double state was probably more points than Dutchy, but whatever. doesn't actually matter at all. Alright, 2-1. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Me too, for sure. Like at the start, we mentioned that like thinning your like getting developed soon to thin estates and coppers was probably pretty good. But I like having seen how that game played out, it's probably just inconsequential. Like they ended with like 5 coppers and 6 coppers, and like didn't even close to become like mattering how many coppers they had in deck in these last couple of turns. So. Yeah. Alright, I seem to have made a very grave error. The apparently I disabled my desktop audio since the sound check, so we might have not recorded any of your commentary for the first few games. Whoops. Oh. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Alright, well, just carry on and I'll see if I can salvage it in post.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's look at this board. What have we here? There is trashing with upgraded masquerade. Probably don't need loan given masquerade and upgrade. There is actions with procession, walled village, possibly diplomat. The diplomat isn't the easiest to activate. Like I can upgrade into diplomat to like activate it. There's also thinning with miser, but that's probably not going to matter that much. There is draw with masquerade diplomat, although it's not a great draw. There's apothecary. I don't think you want to have coppers or potions in your deck, so it's probably not the greatest. Gains with Haggler, Courtier, Procession, Populate. Actually, it seems like a pretty good Populate board. And then there is Fleet, which might matter for the end game, but doesn't really change how you play the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would definitely open Masquerade here for the trashing. That seems good.
Yeah. Maybe.
Then I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure whether you can do some huge stuff with some procession chains here, but it does mean that the draw is kind of lacking.
Yeah. And I think I like opening Masquerade Silver because I want to get to upgrade pretty soon, I think. And
Yeah.
like colliding Masquerade Diplomat seems pretty bad.
Yeah, and the diplomat doesn't really seem worth it to me.
No, it's just a monkey at this point. The opening potion for Apothecary, which is draw in the early game, but it's pretty slow to get going. I think I'd rather just like prioritize getting upgrade quickly rather than getting Apothecary.
Yeah.
All right. Clawmac is going for Miser. So they're both trying to draw all their coppers with Apothecary and like get like all the coppers out of the deck with Miser. That's a bit of an anti-synergy there.
I mean, the Apothecary can get you the coppers in hand so that the Miser finds them to put them away, but that seems bad.
Yeah. I mean, Miser is a whole bunch of economy later in the game, but I don't think the game's going to be slow enough. And there's also the action space, which is pretty limited, as shown here. I might have preferred to set aside a copper with Miser over drawing with Masquerade, although I guess this way you do trigger the shuffle, and like if you played Miser there, they had a clean 5 cards, which I don't think had any good cards in them, so yeah, those 5 cards were 2 coppers, 2 estates, and something else, a silver, I think. So I actually agree with Masquerade given that. So, Poetje actually passed a copper rather than an estate. I'm not sure why though. That shows, yeah. So Poetje opted to get rid of the copper rather than get rid of an estate. I don't see the logic behind that, but
right now I'm thinking about Haggler. Haggler seems also quite good to me. I think you do want some upgrades and maybe get some vault villages or limits with that.
Haggler is a good card here. It's probably just might actually get rid of the potion, but like they probably won't. Or probably potion, like upgrade potion to upgrade, and just they're just gonna trash their estate. So they don't have any estates left, which is good. So who gained the loan? Poetje did. I don't like loan, especially not with silver in your deck. Getting out of silver here probably, yeah. They did the upgrade diplomat thing. Very nice. They were able to trash something with their loan. Oh, this is quite a bad hand. So this is a bit awkward for Clawmac. Like if you play your Masquerade, you only get to draw silver and then roll the other card dead, and you have to pass a copper to your opponent. And they're probably gonna pass you on estates, given that they have 3 in 15 cards. Could pass on a potion. Copper. So Poetje, I think Poetje might be valuing having estates in their deck due to upgrade, but I think I'd rather like thin a copper and don't gain anything than thin a card and gain a 3 cost.
Yeah, like both silvers and loan and Masquerade don't seem all that amazing to me here in bigger quantities. Like Masquerade is a good card for sure, but I don't think you want more than 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah, for sure.
And
like,
2 might already be.
Yeah, and 2 times they passed a copper and then were not able to do anything with their turn then, whilst if they passed an estate and gained a copper, they could have bought something useful. Like this turn, they could have bought. Like they had, what did they have in hand? 3 copper, so they would have been able to buy 4 cost. Like this turn, they chose not to buy any 3 cost, well, and still they want to have a states to gain 3 costs.
Yeah, that sounds wrong.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think I'd like a haggler here.
Yeah.
Although another upgrade. I guess I'm gonna slowly upgrade these silvers to 4 costs, but still don't like that over just passing your opponent the states and just having more coppers in your deck and thinning those with your upgrade.
Yeah.
They chose not to play the diplomat at all. Don't like that either.
And they are gaining a lot of those diplomats, I think.
Yeah,
all 3 diplomats are in.
Yep. They are.
I mean, they do work well with the upgrade, but even then, it's.
Yeah. Like I don't think the upgrade's gonna lose value that much because, like, there's a lot of 4 or 5 costs you want. I don't know actually. Like.
Yeah, upgrading those silvers seems strong to me.
Yeah.
Or like at least worthwhile to me.
Like you can upgrade and make procession your diplomats to activate them and draw a bunch.
Yeah.
Like they can still do some stuff, but like there I probably might have upgraded loan rather than upgrade copper because I think you've gone rid of most of your copper, so these loans are of this singular loan isn't really doing much for you.
Yeah.
So they're still valuing loan over silver. Oh, I guess it paid off for them this time. They might they probably knew that actually. That it would hit a copper, so it's probably correct to trash silver over loan in this turn because like 6 coins doesn't really gain you anything at either. So
yeah,
probably gain haggler this turn. No, another diplomat. All right, really, really loving these diplomats. Like Lost City is a good card. Don't get me wrong, but I think haggler to be able to gain more Lost Cities in future turns is also pretty good.
Like this diplomat can also work quite well, I think, with the courtiers, because the diplomat does have 2 types, and thus you can use the courtier on it, and both get the benefit of using 2 things and activating the diplomats. But like for that, you would also need courtiers.
Yeah, and like if you gain a haggler, you can just like in future turns buy courtier, gain diplomat.
Yeah.
So they have a haggler here. So okay, gain province. I don't like province. I'd rather just take a 5 and a 4. Like, provincing seems like there's populate on the board, and it probably wants like to rush populate and then do some stuff to like eventually gain a bunch of provinces in the same turn, which you can probably do quite easily on this board. Like giving courtier gives you draw in money, procession gives a whole bunch of stuff, and hagglers.
And also with the upgrades, you can later on upgrade some 4 costs into duchies, so catching up in points seems pretty easy for the engine.
Yeah, that's also true. You can probably, like, when you have all the actions, like with populate, you can just procession something into haggler, play both your hagglers, which you probably will have the actions for, and then just like pile a whole bunch of actions and just gain some points at your leisure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Poetje did draw deck and got a bunch of diplomats, but they're not really doing anything with it. They got 8 and a single buy. They can process its diplomats. So yeah, it doesn't really even do much. because you have to draw the cards first and then gain the card. You can't even draw the thing you gain with the possession. So they could have. No, never mind. No, they could not have played the possession any earlier, I don't think. So they gained courtiers over hagglers, which again I don't really like.
I mean, the
guess
courtier has a setback.
I guess the courtier can do stuff when you draw it, and like you can just upgrade a diplomat into haggler next turn to have your hagglers. That's probably good actually. It's probably better than buying haggler.
Yes, a courtier can activate the diplomat by itself, even if you don't have any extra actions, which is something the haggler cannot do because
that's very true.
then you would have.
So the downside of getting too thin is you have to pass over with to masquerade, but yeah. So these apothecaries aren't really doing anything once you get thin, which you should be. I like playing the upgrades first on the copper because then you see one card further with your apothecary. I guess both apothecaries have drawn a copper, but still. Trashing haggler would have like that.
Yeah, I think the haggler is doing more than the gold here for sure.
Yes. As well as you might be able to hit 10 this turn if you just maybe not. Like if you trash both coppers and draw 4 coins somehow, you would have hit 10, which is pretty low odds, I think, given that this were the contents of their draw pile. I guess they knew the top 2 cards of their draw pile. Yeah, double black silver, upgrade miser. The miser has the miser has 3 coins, so I think they could have hit 10. Let's see if they top deck silver miser, play both upgrades, trashing coppers. They would have drawn silver miser. Just one of those. So they were 1 coin short. I guess they could have trashed province to upgrade to be able to buy populate, which might be worth it, honestly. Not sure. I mean, they are 3 provinces ahead of their opponents, but their opponent isn't really doing much yet. But their opponent might populate this turn. And like if you're like Clawmac isn't reliable yet. Like they don't have deck control. They're not going to be able to buy province every turn.
And I think that Poetje is like. I think here he should have taken a buy at some point because now 16 into a single buy is obviously very sad.
Yes.
But the deck is starting to do stuff.
For sure. No single province. Right. Like they could have. Like now they have golds in their deck, so I guess they can possession diplomat to activate, which is nice. Gain another haggler maybe. Like it can just like I think Poetje can pretty easily double province with haggler in play and just gain some more action pieces while double provincing. But now if Clawmac gains a province, then double provincing is awkward. So then you probably have to province duchy. I don't think Clawmac can get close to double provincing, so.
I don't think so.
So I think Poetje is ahead, but I don't like the way they reached this point. I don't think it's optimal. And I also think like if Clawmac had built some more with populate and some other decisions, then she would have been able to be in a good position to reliable double province as well. Because it's a single province. You have to trash province to be able to buy province, which might be worth it, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I would. Yeah, I think I like trashing province to gain province. Like maining province when you're 12 points ahead seems pretty good, but they're choosing not to.
The thing is I wouldn't put it past Poetje to maybe triple province this turn. He does have those courtiers which can do, like, if you can draw the gold you gain with it, it can give you, like it.
Yeah, but last turn they were one draw short and they hit 16 without any buy. So to be able to like, and they used most of the courtiers for 3 coins, I think. So they accidentally coined 1 and they.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. True.
So they did like. Yeah, I don't think tripling is. It might be even a relative possibility, but it's definitely not easy. I think I like processing the diplomat. I guess if you courtier first, then you can activate both diplomats, get a bunch of actions. Oh, never mind. That doesn't work. Yeah, so now this upgrade isn't really doing that much. So actually dudding here, right? You don't have a way to activate diplomat here. Well, define dud, I guess, but it's not a full turn. So diplomats aren't lost cities.
No, not really. At least not when you have them in these amounts here. It'd be pretty hard to activate all of them. Again, they have not taken the buy there.
So now you're down 15 points. You fleet. Oh, yeah, just take the buy then. I don't know. Yeah, not optimal play here. Which
like, I think another procession or something would have helped Poetje here. Like if they had taken the buy and bought like fleet procession, that would have been much better, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Passing gold. Oof, that's gotta hurt. So there's only a single buy. Probably populate here over province. Well, maybe being ahead by 21 points would be good enough. And populate isn't necessary. Not sure. Probably. Yeah, I think you just take province here. Although your opponent has fleet while you don't. Then again, yeah, I could probably triple Dutch in a fleet turn, so the points lead isn't that much better. I think I like taking an action card over gold, probably courtier maybe, procession, walled village, some of those, rather than taking gold here. Like I think you prefer having more draw than having more economy in your deck, because if you're not drawing your deck, you're not drawing your economy.
Yeah, I would have liked the courtier there, I think, for Clawmac, because the possibility of having a plus buy is might be pretty important.
Or procession, so you can like mid-turn gain courtier, but probably courtier is safer at that point. Right, so Poetje gets to activate both the diplomats here, and then activate another one. You can also just what's in the discard pile? Just diplomats. All right, so you get courtier, play diplomat, draw it. Yeah, so they're not able to double province anymore. Like they kind of cannibalize their own deck. It seems like by passing a bit by passing stuff to Clawmac and yeah, not sure exactly what happened. They still didn't have a haggler, which I don't like. Like if they had a haggler in play there, they could just like I could have gotten haggler over Courtier with their possession.
Yeah.
They could have gotten like 2 coins instead of 3, but they would have been able to like gain 2 additional cards, which seems more powerful than having Courtier in your deck.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I would probably have processed the Apothecary in Clawmac spot there instead of playing an upgrade. Because you don't have upgrade food yet. Yeah, so I have awkward.
Pretty.
Yeah. So you can. You can upgrade Trash Duchy, buy Province, like top deck the Haggler here, play upgrade Trash Duchy, play Haggler, have 8 gold, buy Province and something else, and just have a 24 points lead with only 1 Province in the pile remaining. That seems pretty good. Like your opponent would have to Province Fleet and then get all the duchies just tie. Is that right? I think that's right. They're choosing not to though. Oh no, you will have a 3 points fewer, so you have to have only a 21 point lead, which would mean if your opponent gets to Province Fleet and then hextuple, is that a correct word? Hextuple, whatever. Anyway, get all 6 duchies, then they win. But like, there's no way they can get to do that, and you also get a fleet turn. So yeah, no, I think charging a duchy to gain the province there is pretty winning. I think it doesn't matter much either way. I don't think Poetje will be able to come back from this amount of points lead.
Yeah, it seems unlikely, that's for sure.
Like, and also a thing we didn't touch on yet is that like provinces, like as a card in the deck, is way more painful for Poetje than for Clawmac, given the diplomats and the courtier strategy they're going for.
Yeah.
Like they might be able to province fleet here, but then they can't really. They probably have to fleet duchy. Then they're like the duchy gets in the way of having a good deck.
Well, but Poetje is the one who already bought the fleet, so it's...
Oh, right, yeah, never mind. So if they double province here, and then they can, if they manage to triple duchy, that might be actually possible.
Might be possible.
So so if they double province here and then duchy estate or duchy estate, I mean, it's not easy, but you have to go for it. So then that would mean that Clawmac got punished pretty hard for not buying the penultimate province there. So they're short one buy to be able to do 3 things, but province should be good enough. So they have a pretty good turn here, I think. You can...
I mean, the upgrade can also give you duchies if you trash a procession or a diplomat with that.
Very true. So they just have to triple duchy, which I have to triple duchy plus something else, which seems not trivial, but easily manageable.
Yeah.
So you can process this diplomat maybe? Or do you just diplomat singular? Yeah, like doubling. And then you can upgrade diplomat into duchy, play the other diplomat to activate. Then you have to have something in your top 2 cards, but I think that's fine.
Yes.
Because now that doesn't work anymore. Now this doesn't work. You have to play your upgrade now. Oh, it's
a tie.
The tie is on board, but I think you can you do play your upgrade here and probably just trash gold.
This wins, right? Diplomat into a duchy, plays a courtier for +buy.
Yes.
And buy duchy estate.
Nice. All right. Well played by Poetje. I didn't think their deck had it in it, but they got there nonetheless. So 3-1 for Poetje. 2 games remaining, so 1 start for each of them. One start remaining, that is. So what do we have here? There is rats for trashing and butcher to then trash rats. There is silk merchant for actions and buys and draw. That's pretty good. Sea hag as an attack. There's smugglers for gains. It seems like it can do some stuff here. I kind of like opening smugglers to player 2. Not sure if player 1 wants it as well. So the 4-3 is better than the 3-4 because you can silk merchant and another 4. Not sure whether that's good, but
also see opening plan and then silk merchant.
Oh, I completely forgot
plan on silk merchants.
Yeah, that's also right. Completely forgot about the events and landmark here. Oh, yeah, plan into silk merchant. I kind of like it actually. Yeah. Because you don't really the thrashing isn't good apart from plan. If you go rats, then you have to go butcher. And plan only says buy a card, so planning on rats doesn't really accomplish what you wanted to. Yeah, because if you're probably clicking on silk merchant hopefully 5 or 6 times. You're probably gonna get rid of a bunch of estates and coppers. And you probably it gives you buys to be able to get coins or farming vills. Poetje opening druid. What are the druid boons? The druid boons are flames gift and earth gift. Okay, those are some pretty good boons. I'm not sure if it's better than plan silk merchant though. This is terminal and you don't have that much terminal space in the early game.
Yeah, I think I like the plan on silk merchant route and then still gaining a butcher, I think. Because the butchering a silk merchant seems
great.
Seems quite good as well.
You'll probably gain a second butcher at some point. Right, so Clawmac goes for gladiator, silk merchant. Okay. So actually kind of funny if Clawmac reveals a state of the gladiator, then Poetje won't have any Poetje won't have estates in the deck because they drew in their hand because they drew elephants this turn. Kind of a weak turn by Poetje here. Because of drawing all 3 states. A bit of unfortunate, but I think part of their turn being poor is because they had Druid in their deck. Right, so probably Butcher for Clawmac. I think it's also nice that Silk Merchants gives you coffers that you can use for Butcher then. Because if you play Butcher, you get 2 coffers, then you trash Silk Merchant and gain a coffer, and you can immediately use that coffer to do something with, right? I guess there's not really...
I think so, yeah.
Anything you would need it for if you trash Silk Merchant, because the only thing you can gain that's more than the coffers you have is province, but you probably don't want to get provinces anytime soon, but... Alright, so Poetje does get to Butcher an estate, which is nice. Clawmac got second butcher, which I agree with. I kind of like smugglers on this board actually.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff you want to smuggle. Like if you smuggle silk merchants, you're pretty happy with that, or butchers as well.
Yeah, and your opponent's probably also going to be forced to gain farming villages at some point, so
yeah,
I think I would buy. Like I think Clawmac Attack opening, I would have probably liked to see a smugglers there instead of gladiator. Right, so now they're coming for plan. It's kind of awkward that like plan doesn't work if you druid earth gift something, but it's also a bit awkward that this farming village cannot draw on the state that you can then trash with your druid for flames gift. But another gladiator, don't love that. Again, I think smugglers is a pretty good card here. So you probably
gladiators.
Go ahead.
Even +3 isn't all that amazing here at the beginning.
Like most of the cards you want to click are 4 cost and less, because you already have 2 butchers, you don't want any more of those, I don't think. And I don't think your opponent's gonna go Young Witch, so you don't need the Bane.
Yeah.
So you can use 2 coffers to trash copper. It's probably worth it. So Poetje has 3 villagers, which is very nice. Smugglers. Nope, Silk Merchants, also a good card. I guess denying Silk Merchants from your opponent is good because they have plan on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, coin to save 2 villagers is nice. So Earth Gift, gain farming village over trashing the copper. I think that's fine. Do you gain another druid here? Do you just gain another coin? I don't think I like spending 2 coffers to gain Silk Merchant. I'm not sure. Could see spending 1 coffer to gain smugglers, but neither of them seem to be interested in smuggler.
Like with those farming villages and the sick merchants, I think he has quite a good chance of drawing pretty far here. But it would also need spending a lot of villagers, so maybe it's not worth it.
Yeah, I do like getting about farming villages. Like trash copper, then butcher, estate into farmingville probably. Buy another farmingville. Maybe spend a coffer to buy a silk merchant actually, and then trash another copper.
Yeah.
Copper. Okay, getting a coin, and so not wait there. Why are they trashing a copper over trashing an estate with their butcher?
Yeah,
they just spent 2 coffers for no reason, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That was.
Also, you definitely should reveal gladiator here because you know your opponent doesn't have any, unless you don't want to trash gladiator because you think the fortune is better for your opponent than for yourself. So actually, it might be better for Poetje not to block the gladiator. Not sure about that.
I'm not a big fan of the goal.
No,
from Clawmac there. That's.
I think you're good in economy. You can flames gift your silk merchant again another villager. Okay, yeah, I think I'd like trashing a silk merchant there. I guess At that, I guess I would have probably played another Silk Merchant before playing the Druid.
I think I would have used Earthgift and discarded a copper to gain a farming village and then buy another farming village because these villages are possibly quite good. I don't really like the Sky's Gift there because I would rather shoot for getting deck control before adding the payload.
Yep. And here the reveal was Butcher instead of gold, and you know your opponent doesn't have gold in their hand, and they could have Butcher. Actually, if you would have tracked their deck, they have Butcher for sure. So not sure what Clawmac is like, what their reasoning is for the reveals with Gladiator, but they're getting villages, so that's good. I still don't mind smugglers. They're taking another coin. Okay. Let's play a bunch. You have 2 coins in the mat. Yeah. Don't mind. Right, you can call a coin, Butcher something, play your farming village, Druid something, play Silk Merchant. Excuse me. And then play, yeah, I like playing your coin. Like you can gain 2 coins and play 2 coins. Ooh, not like this though. Now you have to spend a villager. Should have played farming villages first. Farming village singular first. Yeah, you just spent a villager for no reason. It's a pretty good turn though. Like I think Poetje is quite far ahead and will likely win.
Yeah, I do like the state Poetie's deck is in.
Yeah, especially since they're able to play 2 coins every turn to have the terminal space to play all the draw cards. I'm not sure how you build now. You probably like want to get rid of these plan points. At some point want to get rid of your Druid probably, but yes, I like second Butcher.
Yeah, you can score here by using Sky's Gift with the Druid and then butchering the gold into provinces if you want to do that.
Yeah, but then like discarding 3 cards to Druid, like I think it's easier just to like butcher something into gold and then butcher that gold into provinces and to gain the gold with Druid. It requires less overdraw, I think. Yeah, because you don't have that much overdraw. Yeah, so like Poetje only has 3 copper in the deck remaining of their starter cards, while Clawmac has states and I think 6 copper, if I'm reading trash correctly. So yeah, that's pretty tough. They've both got an equal amount of cards in their deck plus hand, but like Poetje has way less starter cards and more actual stuff.
Yeah.
Which is usually a pretty good method of seeing who's ahead in any given game of the Dominion. Good start on provinces now. I don't think it's necessary yet. I'll probably just. Is there a Reds autopile here?
Like if you're.
Like, can you butcher 2 things into? Could you have butchered something into a coin, something into Reds? Autopile Reds, have 2 coins remaining to buy the last coin.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Yeah, I think there was a.
You need 2 Reds for the autopile, and.
Do you? You can just like butcher something into Reds, butcher something into coin, play Reds, play your last Silk Merchant, and then you have. Wait, does it work?
But you need to have a Reds in your hand after you played your Reds, so you can draw the new Reds.
Yeah, so you.
To really autopilot.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Alright, so that doesn't work. Never mind. I mean, this is pretty winning as well. Like, I assume you can just win on the next turn. Like, just pile coins, farming villages, and then just like gain some amount of points. Like maybe not even any points cards, but just like get rid of your singular stuff. Did they gain a second gold? I think they both have 1 gold, right?
I think so, yeah.
So I can just like trash or gain a gold, trash or gain a druid, pile villages and coins. Seems pretty doable. Like you have plenty buys, you have plenty money with fortune to pile farming villages and coins. And then you can just like trash gold into Farmingville. I guess fortune is -3 and your opponent is -2, so you do need some amount of points. I guess you can just like trash gold into province to gain 3 points.
What are the 3 cards? If you have singulars, it's a druid, it's a fortune, and a gold, right?
Yes. So if you put your gold into province and then get rid of druid, that's 0 points. Because then you have province as fortune and singulars, and then you're at a points lead. And then you just need to pile coins and farming villages in some way, which... Oh, and gladiator. What?
Yeah, that...
And what did they trash the druid? Oh, they did trash the druid, so it's gladiator instead of druid. So
yeah, okay, but then you just
butcher gladiator into farming village. So this... I'll play it. Oh, I don't like playing it because it's -3. So let's say you butcher gladiator into Farmingville, you play all your money, it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you have 3 coffers and 0 coins. 13 is 26 money for 2 Farmingvilles, 2 coins, yeah, and some other stuff. I mean, now
this copper trash.
Yeah, now you have that's an additional -3 points. You can spend coffers before playing your fortune, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, I think so.
So you got 24 here. -8 is 16. So you can't pile out this turn. And if you do pile out, you're behind in points. So probably have to score some points. Maybe double province. Leaves you at +3. I guess province fortune is 9 points. No, it's... They only have 1 province.
I could also see like getting another butcher here. Maybe to the next turn have a pretty easy...
Yeah, some more power pressure.
Easy pile out.
Like, is there a risk of your opponent piling? Like, if your opponent piles coin and Farmingville, like, you're pretty far behind in points, so... I think they theoretically could. Like the Clawmac could theoretically pile out, so it's a bit dangerous for Poetje here. Like looking...
Poetje just repaid their debt before playing Fortune, which definitely seems to be the wrong order.
Yes. So yeah, Clawmac did it, but I think Poetje unnecessarily gave Clawmac a chance. Alright.
Yeah, and then this should be pretty easy.
Finish her. Yeah. Don't want to say trivial, but seems like it. Trash province into something for +3 points. So coins. Although I guess like they did gain a bunch of coins last turn, which meant they didn't have no draw anymore. That's a bit awkward.
Yeah, but this
Can they just
should be
pile out the
enough. Like
states
Poetje.
here? They can probably pile states, right?
Yeah, I would have just
easily.
butchered the gladiator into farming village and then have more points because of trashing the gladiator and then piling out the farming villages.
Yeah, anything works here. You can just pile out farming villages or pile out estates.
Yeah.
A lot of things that work here. Use coffers. Yep. Then play fortune 26. 3 farming villas and like process is 9 points. Duchy is 0 points. Like 2 states is better than a single duchy, but it works. Good enough is what we call those. So that means Poetje leads 4-1 in the series. Clawmac has the last start. So if Poetje wins this one, they're in a very good spot to promote because they will be at 10-2. Otherwise, if they lose, they're still in a pretty good spot, which they will be at 9-3. But let's take a look at this board. There's goons and black cat and a whole bunch of nasty attacks. Let's see. There is for trashing. There's monastery, catapult, count, displays even. There is weak actions, like in basically is the only plus action. It just goes down in cards. All right. Well, I mean, there's tomb for points. There's cobbler for gains.
There are a lot of ways to score with colonies, triumph, group, and goons.
Yeah. So like you can't really build an engine because like the draw is too weak within because you can't really increase your hand size. But there is colony, so you can like I think you do build some. You probably just like take it slow, just open catapult something, trash a bunch, get some tomb points, like slowly but surely, like probably get counts soon, trash the rest of your starting cards, then start on like gaining displaces and goons maybe, and then just build up to platina. Like you can just probably make it a golden deck here, can you? With like 3 platina displays colonies in golden deck, right? You just place platina into colony or other way around. Or just displays colony into whatever. There's something you can do with like exiling colony every turn and buying one.
I think you can also annoy your opponent pretty much by with catapults and jack of all trades and then just all catapult the silvers and getting some tomb points along the way, and I think that disrupts the engine even more.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure whether you need jack for that. I think I'd rather open catapult silver to be able to gain 5 more often, because I don't think like you want to trash silver early game. Like you might open jack just to like trash your estates and then use catapult to trash your coppers, and then at some point get rid of your jack. Like I don't want that many silvers because I don't want silvers in my final deck composition. Right, so Clawmac Attack does open catapult check. It's also quite awkward if they collide. So Poetje does open silver catapult, which I prefer over catapult jack. I think you should. I guess you still discard this copper because then you've got a fresh shuffle, but like it runs the risk of colliding catapult, which they didn't, so that's good. But like this means you don't hit 5 on your second shuffle. Well, Poetje might. I guess Poetje would have to draw silver and the remaining 3 coppers. So they'll have to bottom deck 2 states to be able to buy a 5, but you might take a second catapult actually. I don't hate it. Could also just take a second silver.
Yeah, I can see both. Like the catapult attack does really hurt. It's especially with this kind of deck, and hitting 5 will be very difficult.
That's true. I think I don't mind Monastery over nothing. Maybe I do mind it actually. I guess Clawmac will be able to trash copper and estate here. Like, will this Monastery trash enough stuff to be worth having to trash it at some point and having drawn it multiple times? Don't know about that. I'm not sure if it's better than nothing.
I don't think I would have gotten it, and I can see that like on your with 2 you might take it, but
I also don't like Poetje's jack. I think I might even rather take second catapult, although I think I would have kept catapult over jack there. I think the attack, I guess jack does counter a catapult attack, I guess. So discard the copper. I think. Top deck a copper. I think you just want to get through this shuffle because your catapult is in your discard pile, so you just want to get through these cards as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Probably take silver here. You cannot afford another terminal, I don't think. Discard that. Hopefully, be able to hit count. Like the first player to get count is probably pretty top deck a state. And then trash it. I don't know about that. Like, does Clawmac? I guess that was Clawmac's last estate. So if they didn't top deck it, they wouldn't be able to trash anything with Jack. But maybe like getting to hit 5 is worth not getting a Jack trash in. Maybe we should probably just buy count. I think I still like count over displays as my first 5 cost.
I'm not sure. Like I think I would. I'm not sure whether I like the count honestly, because the trashing is gonna be awkward, and the other modes don't really look all that appealing to me, to be honest.
Maybe take a displays first, displays a silver into count, and then get thin, because I do, after having a displays, want to get as thin as possible. Just play my displays every single turn, and just like get rid of my jack, like turn jacks and catapults into money or whatever. They go for in. I think I like that least out of the 3 options.
I mean, the in is working kind of well with the jack, because you
it does
reduce your hand size.
It does trigger jack, but
it's
it doesn't accelerate you like displays and count do. So Clawmac takes goons, which is also still a good attack. And I guess Poetje's deck was like empty, so they could guarantee getting catapult and jack. So maybe it was good enough. I think you should discard double silver there though, to like catapult, trash copper, and then play your jack.
Yeah.
Because it draws more cards. Then like, now they only hit 4, and they might have been able to hit a higher price point. They probably would have been able to hit a higher price point. Yeah, Clawmac choosing to value the draw of jack over trashing catapult and attacking. So they could discard this to trigger the shuffle, which I like.
I think I would maybe even trash a monastery here.
I mean, if you don't trash monastery, you can trash copper. It's like, would you rather have a copper in your deck or a monastery?
I think like the thing is, if you trash a copper, you can attack the opponent with a catapult. Not possible with a monastery. Not sure.
I think I would rather have trash a copper. Oh, maybe. I don't know. So, question. Is a goon's attack better than the catapults? There. I don't think so. You get +1 coin, but you don't trash copper. So I get +2 coins, but I don't think 1 VP is worth not having trashed the copper.
Yeah, like the money and the buy from the goons they have used there to buy a monastery.
Yeah,
which
they trashed last turn because they didn't want it in their deck anymore, and now they're buying it again.
Yeah. So that seems a bit weird.
Yep, I agree. And I have to like top like that to trash it, or you can just discard it. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite awkward. Yeah, I kind of want to I like the count because then you can get rid of your starter cards and the jack and catapult as well, because they've got a combined total of 13 silvers, which is too many, I think. Like I just want to get thinner and get the get displays. You do get kind of ranched by attacks then, I guess. Yeah, maybe if you get attacked every turn, the small deck displays thing doesn't work. It's a shame that you can't use Jack's draw to X without getting a silver.
Yeah, like an optional, you may gain a silver I would have definitely done draw with in a Jack, but that. Yeah. I mean, you can use the catapult to get rid of the silver and then annoy your opponent with that, but that is just very clunky.
So how do you Clawmac just discarded copper catapult over and kept silver and in? I think I would have liked seeing them keep copper and catapult to attack their opponent and get rid of another copper. Once again, sure. The undervaluing trashing, it seems. They have trashed 11 cards, so way more than their opponent has, which is good.
Yeah, there are some goons points among those.
Oh sure, yeah, that's true. I was thinking there's only 11 cards in the trash, but that doesn't that's not correct. But I'm pretty sure Poetje did trash more than. I mean, Clawmac did trash more than Poetje. They also have one more in, I think. So here you can play 2 ins. You're gonna get attacked, so then this hand doesn't really work anymore. I guess you keep in Jack goons and just play in. Probably discard whatever you draw. You could just consider discarding both goons, just playing both ins, then playing Jack.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then you have a 5-card hand, a fully fresh 5-card hand with 3 remaining actions, and the goons in the shuffle.
Here we're trashing the monastery again.
Without having a single time. It did gain them a point, but they had to draw the monastery once for that to happen, so probably wasn't worth it. So who took the black cats? Clawmac Attack did on turn 11. I'm not sure whether they're already not playing all their action cards because they don't have enough action space. And they're adding a moat, like a 2-mana draw 2 or 2 cost draw 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I disagree with that.
Yeah. Like once again, they're just not thinning. Like I would have liked to see one of them, or maybe both, to just get a second catapult instead of a second jack here. Like I don't want all these silvers. Like the decks just are becoming clunkier and clunkier.
The curses that catapult is given out when trashing silver is certainly hurting here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. If you trash the curse you've gone, in the end you get an extra point from that. But the effect of slowing you down from the curse is, I think, more important than the single point.
Yeah, they're currently putting junk cards in their deck to gain 2 points, which I don't like. Like it's basically like buying in state, kind of, except the state's worth 2 points instead of 1. But still don't like it. It's currently already turn 14, and I haven't even touched Platina yet, or displaces. I think with a different build you can like have maybe 2 colonies already at this point in this turn. Maybe not, given the attacks here that hurt a lot, but I think they have. I think I would have liked.
There's this constant discarding, which makes like other strategies really suffer. So but maybe it only looks that way because both are doing it, and this game is just horribly slow.
I've got 8 now, so just shy of a Platina. Also, actually, Clawmac Attack managed to hit Platina last turn. Platinum. It's very good. Like having Platinum in your deck and drawing it really never suits to kickstart.
Yeah.
Like I don't think, like if I just don't get Jack on this kingdom and don't have all these silvers clung up your deck, that seems just better than it's slightly less efficient to treasure states with catapult than Jack, but like if you just get thinner, gain some silvers, then even if you get attacked, if you have 3 silvers now, you can buy a gold and then later just trash or like just slowly move up on the treasure scale maybe. It's like 3 golds can gain a platinum even if you get attacked. Just trash those or displace those. Just slowly creep your way up. I don't know, it seems like it would be better than whatever they're doing. I mean, they did get... Yeah, I don't know. Like now, Poetje did a whole bunch of stuff and they ended up buying Goon's Monastery Copper again for 6 points. Like I don't think the Goon's points matter that much in the grand scheme of things because of this being a colony game. Like buying 1 colony is a single card which gains 10 points, and like they added 3 more junk cards to an already quite junky deck to gain like a province worth of points.
Yeah.
Which seems not worth it. Also still would have liked to see the catapult play there over the Goons for Clawmac. Like this inn isn't really doing much for you. Like I still would like to see displays because you can like display silvers into 5s. Like you can just displace silver into in mid-turn maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know,
yeah, that sounds good. I don't like this buying junk for VP. Here we bought a Black Hat for a single VP and I'm... Oh.
No, I don't have the action space for it. just sort of platinum here. Yeah, what do you do here for 8? Probably displace. I would still think displace here. They're probably not gonna. Province. Oh, I don't like this. I mean, province.
No, that's
like, yes, you're behind in points, but I don't think you should care that much. I think you should just focus on building, and like if you can get to colonies while your opponents can't, then like the current points lead by 7 points they have doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I think the best quality of province in this kingdom is you can displace it into platinum, but since they don't have platinum yet, the province isn't that valuable. Right, so Clawmac set up a pretty good shuffle with their ins. But still, like if you get attacked here, then like what do you even do? Like ins further decrease your hand size.
I'm wondering whether we maybe see the silver run out at some point here, which.
I mean, they're halfway.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing the colonies or provinces running out anytime soon.
No, like I think, like it's more likely that in and goons and black hats gets piled before silvers, but
yeah,
still, we probably shouldn't on this board. Like I could even, like in this context of the game playing out, I could even see bandit being fine.
I don't really like the bandit because it clears out the opponent's silvers, which
It doesn't clear out
helps
copper,
them.
right? No, it doesn't clear
No
out
copper,
copper.
not silver.
Yeah, that's true, but like it does gain gold, which like I don't mind, like if this is how the game is going to get played, then I don't mind gold, because like gold doesn't get hit by the hand size attack as much as the other stuff.
Yeah, true.
Like as mentioned, if they just have 3 golds in hand, they can buy platinum, which like isn't the best, but still seems fine. Because like this, like putting a whole bunch of ins in your starting hand doesn't really do much. So the revealed goons and 4 ins, yeah. Like 4 ins is like, what does putting 4 ins into your shuffle do for you? I guess you can like put a bunch of ins, then play these goons, and then play jack, but
yeah, but
what does that accomplish?
not all that much. Yeah.
Play 7 coins, buy a monastery. What? I mean, I guess they're thinking, oh no, my deck's real bad. I should probably trash some cards, but and it's non-terminal trashing. Well, catapult is terminal trashing. The discard like. Would it discard a jack of all trades with ins? If you're planning on like playing all your ins, then why not keep jack? I guess you discard in copper here and play 2 goons and like buy platinum again.
Yeah, I guess. And I hope we are not buying coppers with it, but it do fair that we do.
It's 2 points per copper. I mean, I think Clawmac has just because they have 2 platinum, 2 platina. Like, it almost seems the rest of the decks are like the rest of the deck contents of both players are irrelevant, other than like these platina. Like if you draw platina, you can buy some stuff. If you don't draw platina, then you can't.
Yeah, I guess that's where this game is going. Yeah.
Like I haven't trashed a lot in a while. Like there's been a trash on turn 17, one trash on turn 16, one trash on turn 14, one trash on turn 12. Like that's basically it for the last 5 or 6 turns. So there's been growing with
Yeah,
a
like
whole bunch of junk and not getting thinner at all.
I mean, the fact that they are getting attacked every single turn is surely holding them back. But
Yeah, for sure. But
the content of their deck are entirely self-imposed with all this gaining of
yeah,
junk with the goons and also playing this jack too often. I mean, in the beginning, I said that I would also think about the jack, or I think I would have even opened it, but I wouldn't have played it all this time. I would have played it like a few times and
yeah,
then
maybe
trashed it.
maybe 3 times trash the states and then like maybe catapult the jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like trying to get back up in points, but like as soon as Clawmac finds one of her Platina and just buys a colony, that puts the game so far out of reach if you like lower the monastery pile like this. Because like there's only 4 more goons and 2 more monasteries, and then the game's over. So I think Clawmac should probably just like lower piles, not lower piles actually. Still like the displays here. I just displays like silver into Dutchy or whatever, or like, and then just pile out. I don't know. So Poetje bought province. Oh, you get to trash copper or trash silver. It's gonna hit 7. No, 5. Where's oh no. Oh boy. I mean, Poetie's hand has 2 monsters in it, which is not very powerful.
I guess we're seeing a monastery trash another monastery here, which
I mean, it gets your point.
yeah.
So they bought 2 black cats to gain 2 points. Yeah, I think they might also just be underrating colony. It's like if you just buy colony once, then all this like point counter stuff doesn't really matter. Like just pales in comparison.
Yeah. Yeah, but like honestly, I'm not seeing a single colony being bought here until the end of the game. That seems unlikely.
Yeah, Clawmac does have 2 more Platina in their 21 card deck still remaining, so.
One. She only has 1 platinum.
She didn't buy the second Platina on that 1 turn?
No, that was a province.
Oh, she bought province? Oh, I'm so sad. I see, yeah, play platinum, buy province, and 2 coppers for 2 VP each. Alright, I'm sad. Yeah, and then they have a hand like this, because they put so many terminals in their deck, and you only have so many ins. Oh, what could have been? Get displays your goons into provinces. That might actually be the path to win here. It just displays goons into provinces. I mean, Poetje did catch up in points, but like, at what cost? I'd almost say. Like, is Clawmac gonna buy 2 monasteries? That can't be correct. No, I think it's too risky. So the opponent just plays 2 goons, buys 3 black cats. That's not a win for them. So you get 2 points here. I mean, it's equivalent, I guess. So 3 times 2, 3 times 2 is 6. So yeah, if your opponent manages to play 2 goons and buy the 3 2 costs, then you lose with this line.
Yeah.
So I don't like it. I mean, they didn't, but. Alright. Trying to find the Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
XR in the deck, that's. Yeah, okay.
Might buy a state. It's not like you've got a high chance of drawing it anyway. So you could trash silver here. Probably just discard copper silver, play the other in, try to find the goons. Discard. I don't like discarding Catapult. Like, oh, no, you don't hit province because in decrease your hand size. Like cursing them is it's like nothing. I think they're gonna buy a duchy here. Yep. Ooh, hello Platinum. Platinum's a good card, as mentioned. Alright, discard 2 monasteries, I guess. I guess monastery is a point.
Yeah.
But I just wanna, like, you're still, no, you don't win if you double goons with 3/2 cost because you're behind points. So I think you just want to maximize trying to hit province here. Silver mod. Why did you keep copper over silver? I don't get it.
I mean, you can trash the copper out of play with the monastery, and you cannot do it with the silver.
That's true, but that's still, like, it decreases the chance of you hitting 8. I also think there's no reason to play this goon before playing the inn. Let's hit 5, so you can buy a 4-point duchy. If you discard in monastery here. And they would rather not. They're gonna buy copper, aren't they? Oh, get wrecked.
Yeah, this will be province probably for Clawmac Attack here, which is likely to just win.
I wonder if double 2 cost is better than province here.
Might be, yeah.
It's 4 points, we are 9 points ahead. GG. Oh, sure.
Okay.
It wasn't a win on board yet, but good enough. Alright, so the final score is 4 points for Poetje and 2 for Clawmac. So Poetje is still in a pretty good spot to in a pretty good lead. So I think, yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the video. I'm hoping I can still salvage the first half of the match, the commentary. If not, I'll probably end up just uploading the last 3 games because I don't think having half commentating and then half silence is interesting. Maybe I will. Anyway, I guess we'll see. So yeah, thanks for watching.